Hello, hello, hello.
Welcome, everybody.
Yeah, welcome.
It's an absolute pleasure to be here this evening. Looking at all your smiling faces.
Yeah, nice, nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to go. We did have a little bit of a flurry beforehand with our lighting. We had one of those like behind the scenes. I can imagine what happens in movies.
We both had a bad hair day, you know. I mean, oh my God.
Couldn't get the light right on.
It was shining on top of us.
Yeah, we had a whole thing. We had a whole thing.
A bad scalp day. So.
So it's a real pleasure to be here with you all. And we're going to take you on a bit of a energetic embodiment, an exploration of coming into your own intimacy with yourself and then coming into intimacy with each other.
And these are always just an experiment. You know, there's no getting it right. There's no getting it wrong. There's just what happens in your body when you do this, you know. So we're going to invite you to just explore with wherever your mind thinks we're trying to take you, you know, and just be really curious.
So I know some of you have know us from before, and some of you maybe not met us before. And obviously I'm Kalindi, this is Pete. And we've been in the realm of the world of Tantra for maybe about 20 years.
A bit more for me.
Yeah. Maybe a bit longer. So, and well, I can speak for myself. My exploration of Tantra has very much started from a place from an internal exploration of the movement of sexual energy and the movement of how to move sexualized energy from the root of my body up through the core of the body and become an explorer of bliss, an explorer of how to channel sexual energy through the creative force of the body, through the creativity of the body. So it was very much for me, and I think also for Pete, very much a personal process before that then became a process of unification with a partner or with another. And so our view on the world of coming into Tantra is very much about the sense of being in deep intimacy with the self first and being able to come into union and in an internal state first, and then coming into meeting another through that internal state of intimacy.
Yeah, I mean, my journey was different. Kalindi's kind of been a bliss bunny ever since she was born. I started off as a bliss bunny and then had lots of physical trauma, broke myself quite a lot. And so I came through a path of having to meet pain and transform pain and then discover pleasure in my body in my 20s. And meeting all of the different kind of mental, emotional pieces of that. And for me, Tantra has kind of helped me to, put all of that to bed and bring a fascination with the quality of sensation that's inside of it all and come away from the story. And as Kalindi was saying, it's been very, very much about intimacy with what is here, what is alive right now. And beyond any idea and beyond any belief of what it is, and just meeting this and how can I open to this more? How can I receive this more? And that's been my journey. And yeah, it's been beautiful. It's really taken me to some incredible places. And then sharing that with another and having the exploration of energy with that is just beautiful. And we just want to share it with people because it's just fucking lovely. You know, so.
So not much else we're going to say about that.
No,
because we're going to have a time for any questions or at the end. So if there's any questions any of you want to ask, but because we've only got this hour together, and we actually just really want to take you on a bit of an exploration through your body, because there's a lot of things that we love is coming into the body. So for us, it's like our journey. We've been together for 14 years. And those of you that have been in long-term relationships know that it's just this huge roller coaster of absolute self-inquiry, absolute mirroring, absolute every single projection will come up within relationship, every single fear, every single challenge, it's all there to be met. And so our approach to relationship is very much a deep self-inquiry, using everything as compost. It's like everything that comes up composts and feeds the beauty. So every challenge that we've met together, we actually inquire and we go deeply towards it to find out, what is that? Is that a wounding? What is that? Where is that coming from? And then we're always bringing it to the body, and it just creates this aliveness and this adventure and this state of momentum and freshness. And so
what we came to early on was the fact, the truth that we could stay digging around in our shit forever and we will always have plenty more to dig into, or we can align with beauty and love and bliss and then meet what comes up in the way. And so that's what we do. We celebrate, you know, we live as fully as we can, and then when stuff comes up, we meet it, you know.
Shall we start then?
The first bit's yours. You go for it. Yeah.
Are you ready? So
we're going to need some space.
Yeah, we're going to invite you to stand up.
No, we don't need to see you. Okay.
You can have your screen on. You can have it off. We don't need to see you. You're not gonna need to take your clothes off or anything unless you really want to. Of course, you can do that. And if some of you might be here with your partner in the space. Some of you might be here on your own. Some of you might be here with I'm not sure, maybe some of you are here with a partner in two separate places.
Or
sometimes
friends.
That happens, or you're with a friend. Everything's welcome. Everything's welcome and everything will work.
You're going to be standing up and walking around in this practice. So get yourself a little bit of space around you. You're going to need some space. You're going to need a place that you can move through and feel into.
And if you haven't got much space, that's also fine. So you can use a really small space. We're going to use this small space here. And if you're finding it hard to stand up and if you need to sit down, try it as an exploration, sitting down. See what we invite you to do and see how it works. I actually think you will be able to do it sitting down, but you might have to be a little bit creative in the response to it.
This practice also it's an individual practice. It's about your awareness and your intimacy with the life inside of your body. So it doesn't matter what's going on for your partner. Don't let them distract you for now. Kalindi will lead you if that's going to happen. But for now, this is purely your party inside your body.
Okay. Okay, I'm just... So first of all, we're just going to invite you to come into staking. So if you're standing, just having your feet about hip width apart, and just having soften your knees, and just having a bounce. And if you're sitting, just bouncing where you're sitting, just shaking your body. So if you're standing, just soften your knees, and letting the bounce come up through the earth. Letting it come up through your feet, through your legs, through your body.
And really allow your bounce to start to become really vigorous. Now, we can't do it too much because our camera is bouncing right now. But as you're bouncing, allow it to kind of come up through your body, come into your arms, come into your hands, start to shake, start to bounce.
Don't forget to smile.
I invite you to become as ridiculous as you will allow. We're all ridiculous, really. And then start to make some sound. Start to let some gibberish or some gobbledygook come out. So you're expressing whatever you're feeling, but in complete nonsense.
So you're shaking, you're bouncing, and you're talking complete
Let me stand, just really tap at this, really tap at the top of the throat. Let any emotional holding, let any nervous energy, let it out.
Your eyes are closed. Imagine you've got post-it notes stuck to your hand and you're trying to shake them off and they won't come off. So you're shaking them even more and you're bouncing it. You're letting everything that will wobble as much as it possibly can. You're taking big breaths and you're making sound.
A bit longer.
Give it a little bit more. Give it a little bit more. Put more of yourself into it.
Really get your face moving, really get your jaw moving. Shaking off the day, shaking out, shaking yourself into this moment. Okay. Okay. Beautiful. I can see you all, but beautiful.
And then just standing and taking a few big, full breaths.
Big full breaths.
Just inviting you to just come into closing your eyes and just noticing how your body feels. There's no right or wrong way that you need to be feeling. Just noticing, just those few minutes of just letting the body shake loose and shake free. Then I want you to bring your attention, I want you to bring your focus down into your feet. And even if you've just got a small space to walk around in, just walking around that small space. If you've got the whole of your room, just both of you walking around the space, just first of all, feeling into your feet. And as you walk around the space, I want you to tune into the sense of the movement of the flesh and the blood of the physicality of your body. So it's almost like you're, here I am, here is the flesh of the body, here is the elements of the body. So as you're moving around, feeling your feet, this sense that you're, here I am, the solidity of the body, the bones, the flesh, walking through the space, moving slowly through the space. It's that sense of gravity, the sense of connection to the earth element in your body. And so you're really just feeling into your own body. And your beloved is walking around the space with you. Don't forget to smile. But staying with your own sense of your body. Then I'm going to invite you to just have a little shimmy down your body. And then I want you to explore the sense of coming into what we might call the sort of more energetic principle of your body. So it's less focused on the sort of earth element of the flesh and the bones of the body. So it's more like this sort of feeling the air around the body, like a lightness, almost like you're lifting out of your feet. You're lifting into the space around you. And this more sort of softer, energetic, expansive movement. So you can still have a small space. If you're sitting still, just the sense that you're now just becoming aware of the space around you, more what we would term as the energetic principle of your body. And you can't get it right or wrong. We're just exploring what this might be for you. How your mind interprets what I'm saying, what I'm suggesting. Then I just want you to come into stillness, and I want you to see if you can play with a balance of these two qualities in your body. This sense of here I am in this physical body made of flesh and bone. And then this sense that you are also made of energy that is light and moves through everything. And is actually the quality that moves the physical body. So this play of this balance, so how can you move where you're feeling the energy around your body, the expansiveness in and through your body, but you're also feeling the movement of your muscles and the movement of your bones as you're moving around the space. See if you can find the weave of this balance between the two. See what that feels like. Just notice, how does that feel? How does your mind interpret what I'm suggesting to you? And as you're playing with that movement, I want you to start to become aware of your pelvis. I want you to start to deepen your breath. I want you to see if you can bring the movement of your breath down into your pelvis. So you start to feel your hips move. And I want you to see if you can have a sense of the bottom of your spine, the base of your spine, moving and softening. So as you breathe in, you feel some movement in the base of your spine, some expansion, and then some softening. Like as you breathe in, the sit bones expand apart slightly, and as you breathe out, they come back together. So it's a physical movement. Your breath is creating a physical movement. And start to walk around the space again. And I want you to have a sense as if you've got a tail coming down from the end of your spine, and it's coming down all the way down to the floor. And as you move around the space, I want you to feel, how does it feel to breathe down into the pelvis, down into the base of the spine, and continue the sensation of your spine as it goes down all the way to the ground. What happens when you feel like you've got this tail just swishing behind you as you move around space? Move around your beloved. Don't forget to smile at them. See how it feels in your body. Playing with that sense, this balance of your energy, of being really, really with your physical body, but also being really with your energetic body. You're just moving with this tail. Just notice, does it change how you move? Does it change how you feel in your body? And then within this movement, I want you to start to bring your awareness to the back of your heart, between your shoulder blades. I want you to feel, and even if it helps to just touch the back of your heart, I want you to just move around the space with this awareness, as if you've got like a pair of wings on the back of your heart. What happens if I place that suggestion in your awareness? What happens to your body as you're feeling this tail coming down to the earth, and you're just aware of this holding of space at the back of your heart? And then you're going to keep this feeling, keep this attention, this very light attention of this balance between your physical body, the energetics of your body, this sense that your spine is continuing down to the earth with this beautiful swishing tail, this sense of these wings that got your back. You're going to come into facing. We're going to come into facing your partner. And you can do this standing. You could come into sitting if you feel you need to, but see if you can stay with that sense of being connected with your body. Inviting you to breathe through the mouth, soft jaw.
So you're standing opposite each other, sitting. See if you can still feel that kind of movement. Feel this spaciousness, this expansiveness behind you, behind your heart. Feel these wings, feel the weight of them, yet the expansiveness. Feel this tail, again, the weight of the tail. Feel what it does to your pelvis. Feel what the wings do to your chest. And then the person with the longest hair is going to lead the breathing. You're going to be breathing in and out through your mouth. As you breathe in, as the person with the longest hair, as they breathe in, they're breathing into their heart and their hands are open. Just like as they breathe in, like this, and as they breathe out, come back together. There's a movement like this. And the partner does completely the opposite. So as one of you breathes in, the other breathes out. So as I breathe in, Kalindi breathes out. And you smile. And you explore this breath. You really feel into the movement and the expansiveness of the breath. Feel the expansiveness in your chest and in your energy. And you just keep that flowing. You keep that movement of breath flowing as one breathes in and expands, the other breathes out, and their hands contract. The person with the longest hair is driving this, the other is following. And once you're used to this movement, the next time you breathe in, again you expand. As you breathe out, you're breathing out to your beloved. And then you breathe in from your beloved and you expand. You breathe out to the beloved. In from them, breathing out to them. In. Feeling into the expansiveness.
So if you need, you might need to just look at our movements. And once you've got the movement, see if you can just drop into the feeling.
Turn off the logical side of your mind. Tune into feeling. Turn off the trying. Really feel. And you can allow the movements to become a little bit softer. The breath to become a little softer.
See how slow and elongated you can make the breath together.
And if you can hear each other's breathing, really make sure you can hear each other's breathing. And then close your eyes and follow the sound of the breath. As one breathes in, the other breathes out.
If you can stay in touch with the sense of the back, the heart, the wings, supporting, holding, that expansion, so breathe in and connecting with the shoulder blade, connecting with the back of the heart, the expansion of the front.
So as you breathe in, it's like you're filling your chest and your wings are expanding. As you breathe out, and it's almost like you're breathing out from your tail. You breathe in, filling your wings, breathing out, coming all the way down to your tail. In, filling, expanding, out, emptying, all the way forward. And you're exploring. There's no getting it right, there's no getting it wrong. Eyes are closed, you're hearing, you're listening to your beloved. Follow the breath. Slowing it down a little more, really refining it, feeling more deeply into it. It is just intimacy with this. As you breathe in, you're breathing in from your beloved, filling your heart, your chest, your wings, your body. You can let a sigh happen on the exhalation. Let it be a full body relaxation. Full filling. The full relaxation. You drop it into yourself. Right to the left. You breathe in from your left. Filling yourself, filling your life. As you're doing this, you let go of the movement of your hands. You keep the movement of your energy. The breath flowing. Then you step closer together. You step closer so your belly to belly, chest to chest, and your whole body.
Continue to together. Find a comfortable position. You might be comfortable laying down. Bring your chest together, your belly to belly, your heart. Keep breathing.
Breathing. One breathe in, one breathe out. closing the eyes. So closing the eyes, keeping the breathing moving, keeping the breathing going. As one breathes in, the other breathes out. As one breathes in, they're receiving. As they breathe out, they're giving back. So you're giving and receiving whilst you're holding each other. And you're just exploring this, you're welcoming this. Finding a position that's really comfortable for you. Dropping into it, into this flow of breath and flow of energy. Let this become everything. Full deep breath. And you can bring some body movement in there if you wish. You can move with each other if it doesn't distract you. Intimacy with breath, intimacy with energy, and intimacy with each other.
Letting the movement of sound and with your out breath, fighting that sound of the out.
Really taking pleasure in yourself, in your breath, and with each other. Taking pleasure from your partner, from the movement.
And don't forget to smile.
And your hands can do whatever your hands want to do. If you want to stroke each other, then let that happen, but don't distract. Stay with breath. Stay with intimacy.
Oh.
Let it find its own pace, its own speed. Let it have its own way through.
And if you're standing, so you still have your tail, and you still have your wings. So even if you're sitting, if you're standing, how does your tail want to move? How do your wings want to move? How do they want to support you as you're in an embrace with your partner? Letting your body move, maybe around the space, standing in one spot, maybe if you're lying down. How does that awareness bring the tail enhance the movement that we're sharing together with breath?
It's like, who do you show up as with these? And then how do you meet your beloved with these? And go into free flow, whatever the bodies want to do in this moment to explore this intimate. With breath. Very slowly, very softly, keeping the movement going, keeping the breath flowing, you're going to gently move away from your partner and back to your own space. And just be with yourself, just be right. Find your bliss in the body. Find the movement. Your wings, your tail, your body. It's just for you. It's happening in your body. Just for you.
And just dropping in that space, letting go of the movement, tuning into expansiveness, spaciousness, standing with your wings and your tail, with your breath, with your energy, intimacy with life. Letting this be beautiful for you. It is a choice. And then refining your breath, letting your breath become really long and soft and slow, as if you were breathing in through the eye of a needle. Notice what this does in your body. Being fascinated by being this, letting this be enough, letting this be beautiful. We can welcome this enough, enjoy this enough. There is no need for any next. We let this have you.
Just both taking a deep breath in and just letting a deep breath on your out breath. Just both taking another deep breath in together. And then a nice deep breath on your out breath. Nice sound. One more deep breath in.
A little wriggle and a shake on the out breath.
And we're just going to invite you just to take a few minutes just to share with each other what you are noticing, what you noticed. So not what you noticed in their body, but what you were noticed in your own body, what you're noticing now in your own body after that exploration, and anything you feel to share that you noticed happening in your body. And we're just going to give you a couple of minutes each, and we'll chime a bell like that when you swap over. So just choose who's going to share, who's going to share first. We give you a couple of minutes each, so just choose one of you. So you're just listening, so you're talking to each other, so you don't need to share in the chat, and you can sit down, you can stand up, just come into comfortable position together, and you're just going to share with your partner for a few minutes. It's what you're noticing now in your body and what some of the things you noticed as you're exploring.
And just changing over. The other person speaks and the other person listens. Okay, just winding up, finishing what you're saying.
We just want to invite anyone who just wants to write a couple of words in the chat, a couple of descriptive words of how are you feeling? What are you feeling after this little exploration of time? Just to write a few words in the chat. And if you feel moved to.
Also, if you'd like to put your screens back on, your videos back on, that'd be great to see you again. Then we'll know who's fallen asleep.
Unless you've floated into some other lovely yumminess together, and you can keep your screens up if you so desire. And of course you don't have to, but it's just nice to see at least some of you, which is lovely. And so we're fully aware that this is just a really short little exploration of an energetic physical practice just within an hour. So I'm just going to share some of the words coming up. Expanded, open, connected, and happy. Much more aware, my energetic field. And the subtle difference. Expansive, open, and connected, which is great. Grounded, sensual, connected. Well, connected is great.
Flu.
Buzzy.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry for those who've got the flu. And I guess in some ways what we're wanting to bring is the embodied concept or understanding that within just 20 minutes, half an hour, we can actually create connection. We can actually create a sense of our own sense of embodiment, but also our own sense of energetic connection. And there's so many different ways to do that, but just to reflect on how you might have felt before you explored this exploration and how you're feeling now. And even if you just spent the time laughing and giggling about what you were doing, that's connection, that's play. To me, laughing and joking and smiling and doing something different is what relationship's about. It's about playing together. It's about exploring together, having an adventure together. One
of the things we see a lot working with couples is often people put the responsibility of their own pleasure on their partner, when intimacy is our own business. You know, our pleasure is our own business, and it's up to us to open up and to receive this and to make this happen within ourselves. And then we can share that, but it's not up to the others to make it happen for us.
And that for me starts with, how present am I with myself? How present am I with my body? How present and connected am I with the senses of this body? Because my beloved here might come and touch any part of my body, but if I'm not inhabiting it, if I'm not in full sovereignty in deep relationship with my body, I'm not going to feel the relationship as deeply as I could be of what he may be offering. Mm-hmm. And so there's this sense that intimacy fully starts with our sense of presence with self. Mm. So it's just a little play on a way of doing that.
Yeah, and and as we said, there is no right, there is no wrong, there is just an exploration. What happens if I do it this way? What happens if I breathe in this way? What happens if I bring this into my awareness? What happens if I play with putting this kind of flavor into my breathing and into my body? You know, we are the meaning makers. We can generate anything inside of us pretty much if we choose it. And life is about exploring that and seeing just how amazing we can really, really be. And then how can we share that? You know?
So we've just got a few minutes left. Does anybody want to ask a question? And what we normally do, just to keep your privacy really, is for you to write a question in the chat. If you've got a question that any of you want to ask about anything, it doesn't have to be about what we've just done, but about relationship or a theme you want us to give a few minutes to talk into. You know, let's see if there's any.
I mean,
questions.
Obviously, it won't be private to you guys who are on here, but for the video that goes out that other people will get, they won't see the chat, so they won't know who's asked the question. So,
yeah. But there may not be.
You might know it all already.
We might have to just keep talking for that.
You can do that. That's fine. You're very good at that. So, not that I'm not. I mean, so we've put these things together, these webinars together to share a little bit about what we do, and to kind of share that we do this kind of work. We teach couples how to come into a much more yummy, connected, delicious something with each other. Often people think that yeah, relationship is something that once you've got together and had your honeymoon period, kind of gets a bit harder and a bit more stuck as it goes along. And our experience has been that it's just got better and better and better. And we've plateaued, and then we've got more, and it all depends on your attitude. It all depends on the skills that you have. And so we've created what is it? It's a training. It's a kind of, yeah.
So we've created we're calling it the Amrita Couples Tantra program, which is coming out in October. And it's an online program, but it's live, it's online. We gather together once a month. And we're going to explore different themes. I'm actually going to put them in the chat, and I have spotted some questions, so we are going to but I just want to share with you some of the themes in the chat that our couples program's going to explore. It's a 6-month couples program. We're going to meet once a month online and explore loads of these different themes, give you practices. We're going to have different sort of mind, emotion, body, self-inquiry explorations, somatic explorations, self-inquiry explorations, helping you as a couple expand, helping you deepen, helping you meet the challenges that may be coming up.
We've got some incredibly powerful tools as far as meeting emotional challenge and stuff like that. Things that really depotentize it incredibly
things that
quickly.
have worked for us in our 14 years of being together, for sure. I just want to come to answer some of these questions that have come up. So tips for someone entering a new relationship. I do actually work. I've probably maybe worked a little bit more with a few new couples that have come to me that have just met each other and have come together. And they've actually just wanted to start off with quite a conscious, aware relationship where they're wanting to look at their patterns that are coming up. And so one of the tips that I think is really helpful is knowing what each other's sort of life ethos is. So what is your ethos? What is the undercurrent essence of what you want your life to be about? Not necessarily what you do, but what motivates underneath. Then also knowing what is your ethos? What is the essence that you're looking for from relationship? What is it that the quality that, because when two people come together, they create what's called a third quality, the field of relationship, the body of love.
It's called that, isn't it?
What? He's teasing me, and I don't know why he's teasing me. Anyway, so knowing what it is that you want, what is your ethos for relationship, and knowing that from each other, placing that in the field. What is it what's the feeling? What do you want to feel as you're in relationship? Not that the other person has to create that, but so that you both co-create a similar feeling, so that you know that you're on a similar, I don't know, dream creation, maybe that's a way of calling it.
People are often really good at kind of working out what kind of experiences they want, but they don't necessarily talk about what feelings they want, what qualities of feelings they want. And that's a really key piece of it.
Yeah. Being open to self-inquiry, creating some space where you are using the challenges and dynamics that come up in relationship to self-inquire, being willing to self-inquire about what are you bringing to the relationship. We all have past stories. We all have a whole systemic ancestry that we're bringing to relationship. We have all our past relationships, our parental relationships, our sibling relationships, our lover relationships. We're bringing all of it. And the beauty is we can have deep compassion for each other's colourful array of what we're bringing to each other. And there's something about knowing that that's there in the field, being open to it. And there's something about recognizing what is it that might be here. So the inquiry is, what am I bringing? What are all the amazing things, but what else am I bringing? An openness to unpack that is what I would say for new relationships and all relationships. Okay. I could answer questions, but So how do we get used to doing this with others present? We feel self-conscious, reserve holding us back.
So first of all, then do it on your own. You know, get used to doing it on your own. Get really used to, well, actually, there's a few things that I share with people is do it on your own. And when you're on your own, notice that part of you that feels ridiculous, that feels like it might be being watched, and let yourself enjoy that, you know, because we all have a part of us that's looking over our shoulder and that's judging us. And if we separate ourselves from the story and the why that's happening, and actually inquire into the actual feeling and notice what that feeling feels like, and really let ourselves enjoy that feeling, then, and really take on being ridiculous. Let ourselves wear being ridiculous and move as ridiculous and express as ridiculous. And then ridiculous doesn't become a scary place. It's only a scary place when it's a thought. You know, when you actually step into it and welcome it and breathe it in and just get into it, it's like putting on a new shirt. You can really get to enjoy that. And then that's out of the way. And when it ever comes, you can just get back into that and enjoy that. But and really welcome your ridiculousness, because fucking all of us are totally ridiculous. All of us are completely ridiculous. Look at us all. I mean, my God. I mean, you're beautiful and you're ridiculous. All of us.
Absolutely.
Especially that one. Oh my God.
I was saying to someone the other day, I was talking about healing, and I was really sitting with, you know, we often have this concept of we need to heal something or healing. And I was like, but I'm not sure I believe in healing, but what I do believe is that we can't really heal the human condition. You know, we are emotional beings. We have stories. It's all in there. But what healing really means to me is to be in deep relationship with, to be in positive relationship with. I can't heal anger. I can't heal irritation, but I can be in relationship with the part of me that gets irritated. I can be in relationship with anger. We can come into a positive dialogue, say something really horrendous has happened to us in the past, some traumatic event. Okay, it's like I can't make that go away, but I can come into some relationship with it. I may not love it, but I can come into some relationship with it, some dialogue with it. And so for me, healing is about this relationship with the parts of us that we try and resist. The parts of us we try and run away with. What would it be like if we turn towards them and say, okay, I am here, I'm listening. I might not like you, but I'm turned towards you, and let's see if we can start up a relationship.
Yeah, what would it take inside of you to actually see if you can enjoy that?
Yeah.
That turns it around completely, you know?
Yeah. So, okay, it's one more.
Difference between reserve and reluctance. Okay.
So how do we recognize and deal with the difference between reserve and reluctance? Ooh.
That's quite a big thing to bring in a tiny little thing like this.
I'm not sure how to answer that one. Might have to think about that one a bit longer.
Well, I think there's going to be a perception of it all depends whether it's inside of yourself or whether it's what you're seeing in your partner. And if it's what you're seeing in your partner, then deal with what the feelings that it brings inside you and let go of what you think is happening to them. Because as long as we're holding them hostage to something, we're going to suffer and they're going to suffer.
I guess my 30-second felt sense response into that was kind of like what I was just saying. It's like, am I in relationships to the feeling of reluctance? How does that feel? How does that move through my body? What does the shape of reluctance taste like, feel like, move like in the system? And so when we're listening that intently, we can start to reveal, why is it reluctant? If we're not listening, we're not really ever going to know why it's reluctant to do something, but we have to start with the listening. And so the reservation, they're quite similar, but with anything, first we've got to listen to the shape, the movement, the way our mind changes, how we think in a certain way, how our emotions move in the body, how our responses move. And if we listen, the answers to those questions will unravel, but it starts with listening.
And
so hopefully that's helpful.
Yeah, and I would go a little step further and say, the only thing that is ever happening in us is life. Every sensation, every feeling is life. And inside the feeling is pure life, it's pure essence, it's pure joy, beauty, wonder, gorgeousness, whatever. We wrap it up with a story, a belief, or whatever that is. You know, we hold it hostage to our belief system. If we can actually, let's take rage, for instance, if there is rage inside bubbling through you, then we all have a relationship with each of our feelings, and we will have a who it's about. We'll have a story wrapped around it. So there's a who, the how, the why, the where, all that kind of stuff, all of the drama that's around it. Inside that energy is pure life. If you can meet the life inside it and let go of the story completely and really meet the life, then when you try to do that, you notice where you oppose it. And it's the opposition that is always the problem rather than the feeling. So if you actually meet the life inside it, then you notice where you oppose it. And then that opposition, you can meet that, the life inside that. And then you might have opposition to that, and you track back and you keep meeting the life inside it until you're free. And that's what I do with all feelings, all sensations. That's what I've done with my journey through chronic pain. And I'm really, really free with feeling now. It's incredible.
And so that's our invitation. If any of you want to take a look at our beautiful couples program coming up in October, that's where we want to invite to take you all, is to unwrap the stories that inhibit your ability to stay in union with yourself and with each other. A toolkit which will help you come back into union quicker and more effectively and deepening, so that we can, because the challenges are going to arise. We're in a human experience, but what the ideal is that we can weave through it as smoothly as possible back into resonance together and into harmony together. And so how do we do that as a couple? How do we do that? And we're wanting to share that with you.
Yeah, how to have more joy, more love, more beauty, better sex, all of that stuff, you know, it's all interwoven, more holiness, you know. So
all right, thank you for coming. I think we were a bit overexcited, weren't we?
We tend to live that way.
Yeah, thanks for being here. It's so lovely to see your beautiful faces and your smiles. And I hope that was enjoyable, and you'll all get sent the recording. So if you wanted to, because I know you were kind of learning something, but you can come back to it and just make it your own. You know, try it again a few more times.
Yeah, don't try and get it right. Just play with it. Play. Okay, thank you so much. Lovely to see you all.
Good night.
All right, lots of love.
Enjoy each other.
Yeah, enjoy each other.